Today I'm visiting the Yamaguchi Bonsai Nursery. It's kind of ironic that a place that sells the smallest trees might also be home to a champion tree, a floss silk tree, also called Corecia speciosa. I'm here to investigate.
This tree came over from our first nursery in 1964 in a 15-gallon container, and it was sat in that location, and I guess it decided to root itself, and it's been there ever since.
And does anybody ever come and measure the tree, or is this the first time it's
Never
been measured?
have. So the first person who asked to measure it is Nick, so it's very exciting that it's being done.
Enter Nick Araya. Nick is an arborist, so he spends a lot of time looking at trees. Nick, why did you notice this tree?
You know, I've actually looked at it several times and it never quite clicked. And then one day I just happened to be looking at it as I pulled into the nursery. Something told me I should look up the current champion. So I pulled out my phone, looked up the champion, and just eyeballing the tree, I knew in my heart it's gonna be a champion.
Okay, I'm really excited to measure this. Let's go do it.
Let's go do it.
Nick uses the American Forest Guidelines to measure the trees and submit his findings. First, Nick checks the Big Tree Registry to see what he's up against.
The original champion was measured in '97 and it's in Fallbrook, is 56 feet tall, a 50-foot wide canopy and 128 inches in girth. This tree right here is going to be far bigger than the current champion.
Great.
So each of those...
So we're crowning a champion today.
Yes, absolutely.
That's
it's going to
exciting.
happen. I'm going to measure from ground level up 4.5 feet and go all the way around the tree, and that's going to tell us the girth of the tree.
Okay, let's do it.
So 4.5 feet. But you got to keep the tape level. 19 feet around, that's extremely large. The current champion total points is 197 total points, and we got 228. So just with the trunk measurement alone, we've dethroned the current champion.
Yay, but we got to measure the rest of it.
We still got to get the height and the branch spread. So I'm looking at this one right over here, straight.
Next, we identify which of the branches reaches out furthest from the tree on 4 sides.
You set it right in the... Bring it in, a little more. That's perfect right there. So now we're going to come directly across from where we just were. 70.6 is the average spread of all these branches.
Man, so this is 20 feet wider than the champion was in 1997.
Correct,
Okay.
correct.
Then we walk a distance away to get a perspective on the tree's height.
We're going to take the measurements that this laser tells us for the distance from here to the base of the tree. We're going to plug that into an iPhone app, and then it will very precisely measure the angle that we're pointing the iPhone, and that's going to report to us the height of the tree. 202 feet, 202. And as we point it higher and higher, you can see that number changing. So we'll get this mounted into the tripod here.
It looks pretty good.
The line is meeting up just with the top of that branch.
That tallest branch.
And that tells us a height of 99.4 feet, just a hair shy of 100 feet.
Wow.
The only guaranteed accurate way to know the exact height of that tree is for someone to go to the top of that tree with the measuring tape and drop the measuring tape all the way to the ground.
I think I know who that someone is. For complete accuracy on the height measurement, Nick will have to climb this tree.
That'll work. That's a good shot.
Using mountain climbing gear, Nick sets a line, straps on his safety gear, and heads up into the tree. That's incredible. This is not an easy climb. The floss silk tree is covered in sharp, pointy thorns.
There's a lot of unnecessary friction that I'm fighting here because of all the thorns. Normally I could just walk up the tree and the rope would sort of just follow me through the tree.
I'm glad it's him and not me.
Yeah, really.
It takes almost an hour for Nick to climb to the top of the tree. He drops his measuring tape for a reading.
Okay, so I've got a mark right in front of my face at this particular thorn that I'm not gonna forget. and it's 83 feet exactly, plus another 25 from here to the very top of the tree, which gives us 108 feet.
The tree's dimensions are translated to points. Nick totals them all up and enters the information into the Big Tree Registry.
197 points. That's the old tree, the
All
old
right.
champion.
And ours is?
And
you
ours
ready?
is that 17.65
Right. Go back to
Whoops.
your calculator. Plus
plus
228
228 plus
108.
108, and that gives us a grand total of
353 and 60.65.
353. So I'll probably just report that as 353, but you and I will know there's an extra 0.65.
Yeah, that's more than a half. So that is almost twice, just a little less than twice the size of the former champion.
Exactly.
What a champion!
This was great. And to know that it's going to be a long time until someone else finds a tree anywhere close to the size of this one.
You can find a list of California's biggest trees online at the Urban Forest Ecosystem Institute's website. You can even nominate a tree. So the next time you're driving to work or walking to school or just strolling through the neighborhood, keep an eye out. The next champion tree might be right around the corner.